Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today is Friday and it's February 25th. And I wanted to start the video off by recognizing the suffering that is going on in and around Ukraine since Putin has invaded their homes and created such suffering. I'm not going to dance around it. That is what's happening. And my heart is broken. I have a son in Serbia, which, as you probably know, is quite close. But even if I didn't, this day and age, to see such barbaric use of weaponry and create bloodshed and homelessness and terror in this day and age, with all that we know and all that we have as a world, all of the options that we have at our disposal to negotiate and compromise and all of that, it's just senseless. And my heart is broken. And I've really struggled with how to proceed as if nothing's going on, create YouTube videos, cook supper, watch Downton Abbey and act like nothing's going on, and I couldn't. And last night I attended a virtual healing circle with some friends of mine, and she did some guided imagery. One of the gals from Crime, hold on, let me grab her because I want to give you their I want to make sure that True Crime Paranormal Podcast on Facebook. True Crime Paranormal Podcast. They do podcasts often, the two sisters, and talk about all kinds of things. But last night they did a healing circle, a virtual healing circle. Okay, Christy did some guided imagery, and it really was uplifting and relieving. And as a therapist, I know one of the ways that you can deal with this kind of thing that's going on around you is to feel like you have some power, to feel like, to do things that make you feel like you're part of the solution. And that did for me. And I've decided to keep that going for myself, because in that way I can come in my craft room and do mundane things like make silly butterflies. And I don't have these intrusive thoughts of guilt, which there is no reason to feel guilty. We have not done this. But I do feel like I have, as a human being, as a mother, as a social worker, as somebody on YouTube, I do feel like I have to acknowledge what's going on and say, the people of Ukraine and all around you, you are in my heart, you are in my thoughts, and I am healing, sending healing light your way. And there are millions more of us doing the same thing. So I just wanted to acknowledge what's going on in our world and say, I'm doing what I can. Okay, now we're going to move on. So I watched Shannon over at Mixed Media, Minnesota. You'll probably see a video right before this one showing my Hobby Lobby haul. These are the stamens I got from Hobby Lobby. They're not in the flower section where you might imagine. They're actually in the cake decorating section, go figure. And they were 50% off. And well, actually everything I bought was 50% off or better. Before I do this, I wanted to look and see if there were some of these I could use. 1, 2, 3, 4. She said you have to have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 5. You have to have 5 petals, if I remember correctly. Oh, look at that. That's adorable. I don't think that kind will work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm really glad I did. Oh, look, it's a butterfly. Imagine that. I'm really glad I did buy some more flowers because these aren't what I thought I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll try that. I don't know. There's a glue trail. Some kind of something. And then we'll use these too. So cute. And then I'm going to need some kind of a little pokey tool. I have all kinds of sharp things, but I don't know what I want to use. I think I'm going to actually get, oh wait. Maybe that? No, that's not going to be big enough. You have to have something big enough for the stamens to go through, for these little stems, so. Yeah, just as I thought, that's just going to be too big. We'll try. I can use my crocodile if I really get stumped. Okay. Watching lots on YouTube. I'm watching Tammy. Love those covers. Love those covers. And I'm watching, I'm not going to leave these in this because my pegboard's overcrowded. It's not a big deal, Carol. Just pick one. I kind of like that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, my pegboard is getting overcrowded because it for a long time it was the go-to. Let's see. What else am I watching? I'm watching Tammy make covers right now. I just looked up and it looks to me like I think I'm recognizing that that's her hand. I think she's making a cover out of a manila envelope. I love those. I've made a lot of them. Yeah, these will be perfect. Okay. And so these are just the center. If you have some old flowers, dried or artificial flowers laying around, they may already have these. That's what I was going to do. And you could just cut it out, make your own. Okay, so you bend that in half. I should have watched a video a little better. She confesses now that you're down that rabbit trail thinking, oh, Carol's going to do something awesome. Probably not, actually, because I'm trying to find something I can glue on. I mean, poke through. Okay. So, you have this, and you have 5 petals. You take 1 petal. Oh, I should have paid closer attention. I think you take 1 petal. Yeah. Okay, so you take 1 petal and you poke a hole right there with something. Okay, I heard it poke through. Okay, so then you take this that's folded. Oh my gosh, that's not even close to center, but it's okay, we don't care. But it's not big enough, and we do care about that. I'm going to use my crocodile. I realize it's probably overkill, but where did I poke the hole? That's way too big. I don't recommend you use your crocodile. No. So you poke this through here, and then you bend it over. It's already looking like a butterfly. How cute. Okay. Then you get your good old Fabri-Tac. If you guys have not gone over to Angela Thomas' channel and found the video for the giveaway for her journal, you absolutely need it. You have to stop this video, go over there, find that giveaway video, and answer her question so that you can enter. It's the easiest entry ever. And the journal, it's massive and it's fabulous. I am so impressed with what everybody has done with their channel challenge stuff. Man, Tina over at Tina Loves to Craft, wow. She's doing one that is just, I mean, it's like mind-blowing. And this one that Angela did is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is hanging down a little low. I think I'm fine with that because it looks like part of the body. I don't know. I've never really looked at the anatomy of a butterfly. Have you? I mean, I don't know. Okay, I like that these are a little uneven. We're going to leave that to dry. I don't like them side by side. There we go. I like them just a little, you know, more natural. Then we need some bling. I totally spaced grabbing some bling. So hold on a second. I've got tons of it. Yeah, if you guys are looking to build your stash, run, don't walk over to Hobby Lobby because that's how I do it. I find sales. I find clearance bins and things like that. And that's how I buy multiples. And, I mean, I have enough stuff that I was able to do I'm going to grab these. I was able to do those channel challenge kits. And I think, you know, I don't think they wanted for much. You had to add your own, you know, foundation papers and your own style and your own extras, but you can build your stash. I bought all of this at 50% off. Okay, so pink looks like it's going to be, no, I think it's going to be pink. Do I have anything else in pink? Let's look. Oh, I have this. Yeah, let's use that because it has such a big center right there. Yeah, that's how you build your stash. I don't spend, well, I can't say that. I can't say that I don't spend a lot of money because if it's something that I want, I buy it. I mean, if I really want it, I go ahead and buy it. You know, like a piece of equipment or, you know, something. But these little trinket things, these are from the dollar store. I got them last year before the dollar store prices went up. Okay, so, oh, that'll be just round, will be perfect, except it's, I don't know. Now we're going to have to do tweezers. Oh, Lord help me. I don't know how you guys do this. Oh, this is just gonna drive me nuts. I don't know if I want to do this. I'll give it a minute and see if I can figure it out. And if I can't, we're gonna move on and do it off camera so you guys don't have to watch me because I'm gonna cry. What the heck? That's what I wanted to happen. Okay. All right. The problem is it shares a center. I don't think that's very fair. Okay. Oh, that wasn't so hard. Okay, now that centerpiece is gone. Do I want it at the top? I think I do. Let's put a little glue down. It'd be so sad if somebody got their butterfly and the little glitter thing was gone. My goal is to also do, so this is the weekly or inspired art weekly challenge from Shannon over at Mixed Media Art. Mixed Media Minnesota, sorry. I am trying to put too many words in my mouth. Oh my gosh. Now, I bet you could put, let's just look. Let's just look and see if you could put something underneath. Yeah, you could. It would start looking like a flower, but yeah, you could. That's adorable. That's freaking adorable. Angela Kerr. That's where, in my last video, I totally botched where this actually came from. I said it was G. Kerr, and it's not. It's Angela Kerr. And then what Shannon is doing is she's getting a project either from another YouTuber or she thinks it up or whatever, and then she puts it on her channel and you go over there and do the challenge, and I think it's great. That's adorable. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay, so we're gonna put that like that. Now, here's another one. So, nice project, really, yeah, super. Look at how easy this is. That's not gonna work. Oops. Well, I don't know how to get that hole punched. I'm gonna go ahead and salvage this. I'm gonna use these smaller ones. What was I talking about? Yeah, I hope that I'll be able to do a Tag Your It video this afternoon also. I don't want them out too far. This has to go like this because I broke it. So we're going to pretend like it's bent. And I do think I will push that down some. And I have these little clamps from the dollar store. That was a great buy. You get 6 of them for $1. There you go. Now I'm going to have to put something over there to make it so, because it looks funny. Okay, so that didn't work. That's a not happener. I don't know what else I have. And I don't remember what Shannon used. Oh, I have a tapestry needle. That'll work great. It's not sharp. Never say die. Okay, is this everything that goes in this box? I don't know about this one. It's pretty flowery. We'll see. Let's just see. Let's get a bigger stamen out because it's a pretty big flower. Oh, I think that'll be great. It's not too long. Okay, so let's, I think I will try to use this. See, that's not sharp. I don't think it'll go through there. No, it's not going to go through there. What were you using, Shannon? I don't remember. I don't really want to use my crocodile again. That hole's too big, I think. If you have a die cutting machine and you have a flower die, you could absolutely do this. What the heck am I going to use? I need a tiny little punch. I think this one's too big too. See, it's square. Yeah. Well, Shannon did such a better job at this. Oh, cover your glue, Carol. I'm having the worst time with my Fabri-Tac glue. I don't know if my craft room is just too hot. I do know that I had to go change clothes this morning because it was so hot. Okay, where'd you go? Darn it. I'm going to have to use it. Shoot. The problem is I'm just not very good at judging where the center is. See? Well, okay, with all the mishaps, if I can pull off a butterfly, you know, after watching this video, how easy they are to make. Okay, that's adorable. God, that's cute. Thank you, Angela, for doing this. This is adorable. I'm having a ball. Today's Friday. I have not heard if Mimi and Melody and Annie are doing bingo night, but if they are, y'all gotta go play some bingo because it's really fun. Go over to Melody Maid and to By Mimi with Love, and they normally post a little advertisement video. Let's see if I can get that cut off. Every time I reach for my little cutter bee scissors, I miss my mixed media scissors that I bought that I only used like twice. And now I can't find them. I think they're at the cabin. Oh my God, that's adorable, isn't it? Okay, I do have blue, but that looks like overkill, doesn't it? So maybe we'll do... Should we just do blue? What? Blue on blue, heartache on heartache. Anybody remember that song? Let's see. Let's see if we can shabby this up just a little bit. Okay, that's the trivia question. Who sang that song? Blue, I think it was called Blue on Blue. Blue on blue, heartache on heartache. That's the only part I know. Right out of the 60s. Who sang that song? I wonder if... Oh, here's a bigger piece. Don't put your hand right over that candle. It really burns. When my mother passed away, I've talked about it before, as it was and still is such a great loss. I was absolutely devastated. And I had months to prepare because she had cancer, but it didn't matter. The loss was more than my soul was prepared to live without. Literally, I could not figure out how I was supposed to go on. And, oh, I don't like that. It's inside out or something. And I started lighting a candle on days I missed her, her birthday, the day she passed, Christmas, any kind of day that I felt the need to memorialize my mom. I lit a candle, and I had a framed 8x10 of my mother that we took as soon as she was diagnosed. And I would put it on the dining room table and light a candle. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, how cute. It kind of reminds me of a brooch or something. That is just adorable. Such a cute idea. Can you see? Let's see what time we're at. Okay. I wanted this video to be relatively short because it's not a huge project. And it is easy. I did not make this, but that is the general idea. Anyway, finding a way to represent somebody that you miss or something that's going on, like what we're all going through right now, finding a way to do that and be expressive always helps. It always helps. So anyway, I think I might go ahead and light a candle for Ukraine and along with some other things in my daily practice. And what do you think, guys? I think they're adorable. Adorable. I actually really like that little thing that's hanging down. Looks like his bottom end. Cute. And I really like the lace, so I think I'll continue that trend. I was talking about bingo because I was thinking maybe if I could make enough of them, maybe I could offer to donate a prize. But I have not heard from the people that I donated prizes to Kivia and Sherry and can't remember who else I donated prizes to, but I hope you're getting them. The mail is always, you know, you wonder. Normally, you can count on getting whatever you send, that it getting to the right place, but stuff happens. Okay, well, y'all, I'm going to call this a video. So let's all take care of each other. Bye.